Hey team, Greg here from Code of Entry. And one of the things that we get asked a lot, and one of the things you really have to think about when you're building a business, whether you're at a startup phase or you're just growing your portfolio, is what do you need to consider when you're hiring employees? So, with your employees, you really have three different things I think you need to consider. One is, do you need a leader? Do you need someone that's customer facing? Or do you need a worker? And really, this covers a lot of industries, right? So while we're pretty tech focused, I think a lot of these principles apply pretty evenly across the board. So when you're starting a business, right, normally that startup person, maybe you, ends up being the unicorn that can do everything, right? You're the worker, you're the leader, you're also the customer facing person. So you're that rare breed that understands technically what you want to do in your industry. You're a leader in the field. You also have a vision for how to move forward. That's why you're able to start a business or lead a project team. And then, you're that customer facing person that's trying to sell your wares, right? Like, why do you have something worth purchasing? Why should somebody trust you? Why should they sign that contract and start giving you money, right? Well, as businesses grow, what you end up finding is it's not supportable for you to do everything or just have one person, maybe one person for each of the roles. So I guess my 2 cents here is, hey, if you're going to scale a team, really you need to find that customer facing person pretty early. And if there's anything that you need to scale quickly, it's customer facing people because you have to have leads, you have to have clients, you have to have people that can talk to your clients. And again, the more technical you are in your industry or your business model, the more customer facing people you're gonna need to be that interface, to be that translator, so that customers understand the value that you bring. Because a lot of times we'll start talking technical jargon, and the customers really miss out on what we're selling them. Right? Like a very common thing is, well, why do I need a website? Oh, well, you need a website because it'll bring visitors to your brand, and we'll make sure that it's responsive, and we'll make sure that it's fast, and we'll make sure that it's search engine optimized, and that you can target people, and we can do micro segments, and we can do local SEO. Okay, great. Where's the person that's going to tell a client, hey, the reason you need a website is because in your area, a lot of your competitors have websites, and on average, they perform a lot better than you do. We were looking online and we saw that they're getting thousands of leads through their website. How many leads do you normally get a month? 100? Well, that means there's a significant increase in lead generation you could get if we got your website up to par. More leads means you have more customers coming in, which is more profit, right? So this isn't about making you a sexy website because websites are cool. It's about making you a great website so that you can make more money, right? Where's that customer facing person? Then the next thing to scale is definitely your workers because you can't do everything. Your small core startup team can't do everything. So you have to go and get workers. So you're getting all these leads, whether it's through your website or your salespeople. You need people that can get the work done and allow you to have some type of work-life balance, be sustainable, grow your business. So really what ends up happening there is you need people to do the work, but a lot of times when you're going to hire, you might get kind of say infatuated with this candidate that comes in that talks a good game, but they're not a hands-on keyboard person. They're not elbow grease person that's going to do the work. Well, good thing is your business has you, right? Your business already probably has a leader. It has vision. So before you worry about bringing on more team leaders, more project leaders, you really need people that can come in and make an impact and share the load of the work, right? So great. Bring in a search engine optimist. Bring in somebody who knows JavaScript. Bring in a full stack developer. Bring in a back end or a front end developer, but make sure that they can contribute and do the work. And not just talk about what you should do next, right? Talk about how you could solve the problem. Provide more vision because that's not important right away. Then next, after you have work teams and you're finding a hard time managing all the work, then bring in other managers, right? Bring in those leaders. Bring in people that as you scale your business and you can provide more capabilities, you can trust them to help lead you into the future. You can say, hey, great, this is awesome. We started as a web design company. We're going to now branch out. We've brought in work of generating video content and inbound marketing, and we're doing website development and search engine optimization. But we have so much work now. We need to split that off a little bit between people for responsibility. You can bring in more leaders. So as you bring in more leaders, you can now say, hey, great, web design is going to fall under person A, search engine optimization, person B, inbound marketing, person C. And you can continue to grow your company that way. That way it's scalable and sustainable. And as you have more revenue, you can also bring in leaders for segments that you want to get into. Say you haven't done anything with cloud engineering, right? And you want to bring in an Amazon certified solutions architect that can help you take a holistic approach for how you can drive cloud adoption with your customers, because it's probably the right thing to do by them if you have customers in your portfolio to provide them more and more services and capabilities to grow their businesses, right? So great, you've gotten an in by doing web design or something, but how can you continue to provide value to them, which is also good for your business? And you can bring on more leaders. And as you bring on those leaders, you have them be the holistic problem solver. You're probably going to pay a little more. And then as you grow their team, you add those salespeople to sell that service they're helping you create. As you get clients for that service, you start bringing on the workers. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that addresses a little bit of things that you should consider when you're hiring, at least from a holistic approach, like what is your hiring strategy? And we'll go a little deeper in some other videos about how you can address maybe selecting those workers. How do you select those client-facing salespersons? How do you get that leader or visionary? Because those are all pretty distinctly different topics, right? But I think holistically, your hiring strategy should definitely focus on those three categories.